What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know about roles and identities in advertising. These concepts are straight from the book Breakthrough Advertising. That's a fantastic book. If you've never read it, I highly recommend it. I think it's one of the best books that any copywriter or creative strategist can use in order to make better ads that convert like crazy. Roles and identities is a very small part of the book actually. However, it's two really important concepts that I think embodies a missing piece of creative strategy that a lot of people aren't using effectively. So why do we emphasize roles and identities in advertising? Well, it helps us understand the psychology of our customer. Advertising really isn't just about selling the product. Like I mentioned, it's about selling a better version of the customer or themselves and the world around them. People also make purchasing decisions very impulsively, not based off of the functional benefits of the product all the time, but also because the product helps them express qualities that they value and identities that they aspire to embody. A really good example of this is why would someone buy an expensive watch like a Rolex? It does the same thing that a $50 or even maybe a $15 watch does because they both tell time. But one is seen as a status symbol that helps people embody an identity that they want to be perceived as being. Another example of this is why would someone buy a $200,000 sports car just to drive on the highway and sit in traffic? It is simply a status symbol and them fulfilling an identity and a role that they want to be perceived as by other people and be perceived by as themselves. This concept that I just talked about is rooted in the psychology of identification, and it suggests that people desire to define themselves. They want to express their unique qualities. Example is being perceived as smart, stylish, successful. They want to project their identity and be acknowledged and admired by others for these qualities. It also reinforces their chosen roles. You want to be an attractive person or a great father or a good student. Those are technically all roles that you can choose. And you want to feel confident in the mastery of certain identities and roles. You want to be a respected professional in your job. You want to maybe be a chic trendsetter in your friend group. Those are all things that you can actually use a product to speak to those specific desires. So when your advertising emphasizes roles and identities, you position the product as more than just a solution to a problem. It becomes a tool for mastery, helping the customer fully embody the roles that they value, for example, being stylish, smart, or confident. And also it's a shortcut to simplify their effort in order to achieve their desired role or identity. You could say that the role-giving power of advertising shows the symbol of their identity, a visible marker that projects the mastery of these roles onto others, evoking acknowledgement, respect, and admiration. So why does this work? Well, there's emotional motivation here. Humans are deeply driven by the need for validation and acknowledgement from others. And so a product that aligns with their aspirational identity feels personal and powerful. And also there is a piece here of curiosity and fantasy that you want to tap into. And this is a really clear piece of desire. When we hint at roles and benefits subtly in our advertising, rather than actually stating them directly out loud, it allows customers to project their own desires onto the product. And that's why when we're doing this type of exercise with copywriting or with advertising, making actual creatives, you don't want to just say, these are the most sophisticated glasses, buy now. You want to really think about what's going to speak to the customer through the visual, through the copywriting that's going to allude to this fact without actually directly stating it. Let's get more specific and define roles. So roles are internal, self-defined aspirations that reflect how a prospect wants to see themselves and express the qualities that they most admire in their personal life. These roles often exist as fantasies, unspoken, and subtly felt rather than overly articulated, like I mentioned. And the purpose is that roles align the prospect's self-image to their internal desires, helping them feel authentic and fulfilled. And by tapping into those subtle aspirations that people have, your advertising can position your products as the tools and to fulfill those inner desires and making the prospect feel understood and deeply connected to your brand. A great example of this is like a brand called TravisMathew. They're a golf brand, very aspirational identity, lifestyle brand, great products. They make you feel really good, honestly, because they're just comfortable. And at the same time, it helps you fulfill the aspirational identity of being a great golfer. And therefore, by the association with golf, it just becomes really powerful beyond it just being branded as a general clothing brand. And I think TravisMathew is just such a good example here because the entire brand is aspirational role and identity fulfillment. By buying the product, you therefore are going to be seen as potentially a better golfer by other people, which is very much a aspirational identity and a role that you're helping fulfill with the product. Some examples here that we could throw out are the respected leader, the stylish trendsetter, and the thoughtful gift giver. These are all roles that you may fulfill by purchasing a product. Next, let's talk about identification. So identification is how a prospect sees themselves, their internal sense of who they are and what they value. The purpose here is identification helps the prospects connect with their aspirational self, allowing the product to reflect their inner values and reinforce their desired identity. Now, this ad in particular, which is actually an ad from Savannah Sanchez, she posted this on Twitter for a glasses brand. I can't remember what the brand was called, but I just took a screenshot here because I loved this ad, and you can fully understand it just from this one sentence. It says, "When the guy I liked said he likes girls who wear glasses, so I posted this." And then after that, it's a whole reel of her trying on a bunch of different pairs of glasses, basically a full-on style haul. Why this works so well is that for identification, the ad really connects with a universal desire to be noticed and desired by other people, allowing the viewer also to see themselves in that scenario. It also aligns the product, which are glasses, with the emotional need for attraction and self-expression. And for the role, it frames the glasses as a tool for stepping into an admired and sought-after role, making the product not just functional for transformation in how others perceive you. And then new ideas coming off of this, for just some additional ad angles that I thought of are, you could say, he said I looked cute in glasses, so obviously I needed a pair that matched my style. I didn't realize how much I loved my glasses until he couldn't stop staring at me in these. Maybe that's not the best. Another example, he said I looked smart and gorgeous in glasses, so I made sure to pick the perfect pair. And you could go into a bunch of different angles and ideas here, but these are just some additional ideas similar to this angle right here. And that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you found it valuable in understanding roles and identities in advertising better. I think this concept really helps you get deeper under the surface of why people tick and why they're actually purchasing your product beyond what they say maybe on the surface level. I really hope it's helpful in making better ads for your Facebook ad account. Consider hitting that subscribe button below. Just so you know, I have a goal of hitting 10,000 subscribers by end of year. It's pretty ambitious, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please stick around. I'm going to be dropping lots of content every single week and want to make them as valuable as possible. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.